G'day and welcome to another edition of Hef's Beer Reviews. Today I'm reviewing two Balinese beers. Here they are. And this is the first of a two-part series. These beers have come to me courtesy of Rory from Backyard Beer Brothers. If you haven't seen his channel, make sure you check it out. I'll drop a link in the description or a pinned comment below. Rory recently went on a family holiday to Bali and was kind enough to send me some beers that he brought back with him. So these are the first two of four from Kurra Kurra. Now I did have a quick look online. Kurra Kurra is a local Balinese craft brewery set up by a father-son duo, Balinese. They're located about 50 k's out of Denpasar, and they brew just using their traditional ingredients of water, malt, hops and yeast. So today, they're only little cans, so I thought, let's do two at a time, why not? Today we're going to do the lager, 330 mils, as I said, 4.2% is the ABV, and this one is an island ale they're calling. And that one's 4.9%. So let's crack them open. This is the lager. We'll just pour it out into this beer glass. That is exceptionally light in colour coming out of the can. Wow, very light indeed. Okay, might as well pour both, why not? Island Ale, 4.9%. Fairly light in colour as well, but not as light as the lager. I'd be surprised. I mean, I did say on their website that, as I said, they only use those four ingredients, but I'd be surprised if there's not some rice in that. All right, she's all in. It is a very light straw colour, slightly hazy. A good 2 to 3 fingers of bright white head. Might stick around. There are some bigger bubbles in there though. Aroma. Just a light malt aroma. Nothing in the way of hops coming through. Light in colour, light in aroma. Let's see how it tastes. Cheers. Special cheers to Rory from Backyard Beer Brothers. Thanks, mate. Really appreciate it. Quite effervescent. Very easy to drink. Minimal bitterness to speak of, pretty light in terms of body. It's a light malt flavour, no hops. I mean, they're obviously there. I'm assuming they're using just a very small dose of a neutral bittering hop, and that's it. I'd be surprised if it's got any more than 10 to 15 IBUs in it. Sessionable, very. Price point, I can't tell you unfortunately, because as I said, it comes courtesy of Rory. But one would imagine that if you're in Bali or somewhere else in Indonesia, then something like this is probably the kind of thing that you're looking for. It's refreshing, it's really clean. The finish, it's slightly dry. It's not super crisp by any stretch of the imagination. But look, that's a decent, easy drinking, light, refreshing lager. I've got to say, I have tried Bintang, and Rory also sent me the Bintang. There was another, like a premium Bintang. I'd rather drink this than Bintang. Right, the Island Ale, 4.9%. As I said, a bit more colour in this one. This is more of a golden colour. Yeah, that's a pretty good comparison. Hazy as well. Finger or two of white head aroma. Ah, hoppy. Yeah. I can't get much of the malt coming through in the aroma at all. It's all the hops. It's not exceptionally hoppy. You know, I didn't smell it when I was pouring it. Okay, what am I getting? It's kind of a mix. There's definitely some citrus, but there's also some tropical type notes to it. And almost a bit of pine. Almost like a dialed down West Coast IPA. Interesting. Let's see how this one tastes. Cheers once again. Nice, soft mouthfeel. Yeah. The flavours are similar to the aroma. There's a bit going on there, although it's not the flavour like the aroma. It's not exceptionally punchy or anything like that, but there's a fair bit going on. It's a reasonably complex flavour profile, and for a 4.9% ale, not bad. There's definitely a bit of pine in there. The bitterness, it's obviously more bitter than the lager, but you know, it's still reasonably moderate, I would say. It's more citrus and pine for me in the flavour. Can't really pull any tropical fruits out in the flavour, but I reckon I can get some pineapple in the aroma. Not in the taste though. Yeah, if you like a sessionable at 4.9%, I mean, I guess they've called it an island ale. I guess it's a pale ale. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Both reasonable beers, and I have to. I've never been to Bali. Fair chance, honestly, that I will never go to Bali, which is why it's a real treat to be able to try these beers that I would not otherwise be able to try were it not for the generosity of Rory. But I would have to imagine that these are pretty decent offerings if you are in Bali. I'm going to give them both a 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5 for Kurra Kurra Lager and 3 out of 5 for Kurra Kurra Island Ale. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll have the second instalment ready for you soon. It's an IPA and what they're calling an easy ale. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time on Hef's Beer Reviews.